everybody. Welcome to another episode of AWS She Builds Tech Skills in North America. Today, we are going to talk a little bit about getting ready for reInvent. I am so excited. I'm always so excited to go to reInvent. This will be my fifth time or something like that. It's so much fun every single time. Brittany posted a LinkedIn article where you can go and check out her prep list, which is very good. And today we're going to dive into some more pro tips as you get ready to go to reInvent. So today I'm joined here by Brittany Wolfram, Jigna Gandhi, and Saswatha Dash. So she's new to our little group here, and we're really excited for us all to be here and talk with you about how to get ready for reInvent. So we do have a little slide deck, and we're going to walk through this a little bit and chat about the various slide things. So just kind of a fun time chatting together. So hopefully you get to go to reInvent. And if you do, you should look for us while you're there in Vegas. Here is just an overview of the event. It is in Vegas. It's always the week after Thanksgiving, which can be tough sometimes, but also so needed after all that family time. So it's a really great time to go out and get to Vegas, hang out with your work friends. We have lots of content. I think we have some links to the session catalog later. And if you can't go, there's also virtual events that you can attend, like the keynotes and whatnot. So lots of different things that you can do there, breakout sessions, keynotes, and we're going to give you some tips and tricks for picking the best sessions also.
Don't forget, you get to walk about 25,000 steps each day. So you're walking off the turkey pounds. So when we're talking about badge pickup, there's a couple different options. You can pick it up at different locations, the airport being one of them, and then 3 different hotels. Here is a fun fact for you. I have never actually picked up my badge at one of the hotels. I get off the plane and immediately go into one of these lines. Great idea if you actually check your luggage too. Last year I got in line, got my badge, and by the time I walked over to my luggage carousel, my luggage was out. Ladies, where have you all picked up your badges traditionally?
Always at airport. That's so much seamless, and you don't have to stand in a long queue and things like that. It's so much better. And as you are talking about it, one tip: don't wait for Monday. Mondays are gonna be the biggest queues you have ever seen, unless you want to wait in like 1 hour in a line or something. But yeah, just keep in mind of that.
I agree. And there's also 2 sides where at the airport where you can get your badge pickup. So like one side never fails is like super long. Like when you're going down the escalator, that side is long. If you go back the other way, the badge pickup on the other side is usually shorter. Just like look around a little bit. That's what I'd say about that.
Yeah, there's always folks that have like the ask me for help shirts on too. So I always go to them and I'm like, which queue should I go to? Like, give me the 411. Where do I need to go? How do I get there?
Another thing to keep in mind is the locations have specific hours of batch pickup, so do keep in mind. We don't want you to go there and see like, oh, okay, it's closed, so again you want to try another day. So just keep in mind of that. Moving on, let's see how the map looks like for the entire conferences. So as you can imagine, reInvent is one of the largest conference of its kind, and obviously this year is going to be obviously bigger and better. But the main thing to note out here is it is happening at different locations. So there are different casinos or hotels where the conferences are taking place. Each of the conferences have different types of sessions that are going to be taking over. So if you haven't checked out on a hotel yet, I would strongly suggest you pick a hotel which is where the conference is happening. So that way it is a little bit less trouble for you. But if you're not, just keep in mind, what are the different options you have if you want to travel from one place to another. It's going to be a little bit challenging if you don't plan it well, because these are separate locations and going from one place to another, it's easily 20 to 30 minutes. And plus, keep in mind, there will be traffic because we'll have thousands of people at the same time. And if you think that, I'm just going to walk from here, but it's going to be tough. I've been there, so I definitely know that how difficult it can be.
Don't forget about the monorail. Last year, I discovered that on day 3, not on day 1 or 2, day 3. And it saved me about 25 minutes each day.
Yeah, for sure. And also, there are going to be shuttle services. All the major casinos where the conferences are happening, they're going to be having shuttle services. I'm not sure of the frequency, to be honest, but it's going to be like every 15 minutes or 30 minutes or so. So do check that out. It will be super easy and comfortable for you because they are going to be dropping you right at where the events are happening, the conferences are happening. So that way you are saving a little bit of walking there.
Yeah, it's way further than you think. Like you think that the Bellagio is like across the street from the Venetian, and it's not. That is a 30-minute walk. So I'm staying way at the end, away from the Venetian. It would be probably like an hour walk to get down to the Venetian. So whenever you're looking at your sessions, also don't think that you can go from one end to the other end of the strip and get to back-to-back sessions. Like spend your day on one end of the strip whenever you're looking at your sessions. That's another little pro tip that I would throw in there. Or maybe just make one change for the day because it's a hike.
Give yourself double the travel time. That was something that someone told me last year. And now if I have to go from one end to the other, I put on like a 45-minute block because you don't know if you're going to hit the shuttle at the right time or if it's going to be too full or if the monorail is backed up or you can't control it. Also, F1's the week before us, always now, since last year. So if you haven't been there since all of that construction has happened, the foot traffic, the pedestrian traffic is a lot harder than what it typically is. So for instance, you have a 30-minute walk, but due to the F1 construction, that may actually be 45. So the Maps app tells you, hey, 30-minute walk. You're like, oh, I can do it. But last year I found out very quickly it lied. It doesn't have the updates from the construction.
And I'm not sure if we already talked about this, but wear comfortable shoes. It's a must. So the most weird fact, when I attended reInvent for the first time, that was around 3 years ago. It was my first time. I can completely be honest. I was not well prepared. I got new shoes. I was like, okay, yeah, this looks fancy. I want to wear it, and I got shoe bite on the second day. All my 3 days I was just like I was not able to walk. Everyone was staring at me. It was a very difficult situation, but just make sure you're wearing something comfortable. Don't wear something new, something that you normally use for your walking or in your gym or something.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I bring multiple pairs of sneakers and kind of alternate them and have my insoles. So
Yeah.
Trusted trainers. All right. So you've heard from Jigna, Brittany, and Candice about the importance of staying organized, just planning ahead of time to make time for all the amazing sessions that we have. This is where you maximize your reInvent experience with our mobile app for reInvent. So this is going to be your ultimate companion for the event. This will help you stay organized and informed as you explore the world of reInvent at Vegas. So what this app really does is it will help you browse through the extensive catalog of sessions, connect with industry experts, and then you also get to personalize your schedule by adding the must-attend sessions with your planner. So this helps you kind of stay up to date with real-time notifications on what new content has been added, who are the speakers, and what are the services of your interest. So treat this like your personal calendar when you start using it, and then you get to navigate the event like a pro. You heard Candice say like it's a hike going from one place to another, so you'd want to optimize whatever hotel that you're going to go to for all those events. So go ahead and download the app now so that you're ahead of time when it comes to joining reInvent.
The only way you get the Wi-Fi password is through the events app. So don't make the mistake of waiting till you get there and then having to download it and then having your cell reception not be as great because you're in the middle of a building somewhere. Make sure you download it early. It's going to give you that Wi-Fi password, and that's going to be very important, especially staying connected within all of the different concrete jungle that is out there.
One thing it also tells is the lunch schedule, so don't forget that. Oftentimes, when you are going from one place to another, and you want to attend the sessions, and you were like, okay, I can grab lunch after 1 hour or so, but it's over. So they are very strict on time. So please make sure you check every day's breakfast, lunch schedule on this app so that you don't miss it.
Yeah, gotta eat and hydrate for the hike that's up on your day.
Very important.
Hydrate, yes, do hydrate well, drink lots of water. The weather is kind of dry there, so you feel like first day, yeah, it's okay, I can manage. But on the second day, you start feeling that thing, you always get thirsty. So make sure you have the water bottle in hand, you're always drinking enough water.
That's for sure. I bring a 32-ounce water bottle and I probably fill it up 8 to 10 times per day. Between all the steps and the dryness out there, it's crazy how much you like double, triple your intake of water to keep up with it. Talking keynotes. Each day there is a keynote on Monday through Thursday, and there are a lot of announcements that happen during the keynotes. We may argue that all of the announcements pretty much of the top announcements come through these keynotes. You're going to get a wide variety of flavors of who you're going to hear from the S team at AWS. But I am going to say Thursday tends to be one of my favorites. And it may be because it's our CTO. It may be because he gets to announce our replay artist. It may be because he just has this awesome presentation style. And prior to working here, I still really enjoyed watching his sessions and how he spoke. So it's a lot of fun at the keynotes. The lines are long. You will have to line up ahead of time. And most likely, if you are towards the end of the line, you will not make it in. But do not worry. The event is live streamed. It's on all the hotel TVs. It is available if you want to sleep in. I know we have someone on the call that likes to do their sleeping in and get ready as you're watching the keynote and get up and at them. You are more than welcome to do that. You also have the opportunity to do different partner events. So I know some of our partners offer watch parties at different restaurants with breakfast and different things there. So keep a lookout for those. And if not, feel free to reach out to us. I mean, we'll be watching it from a variety of different places. Last year, I was in a hotel near a coffee spot. So I grabbed a couple coffees, sat with a couple of my customers, and got to watch the keynote together. And we were taking notes and kind of saying, oh, we want to do this when we get back. We want to do that. And we could talk about the options of different items being announced at the same time. So don't watch it alone. If you're watching virtually, feel free to put it in a conference room and get some of your colleagues in there, even if they're not in the technical space, and have them say, hey, come watch this with me. See if you see anything I don't see. Awesome.
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about the different sessions other than the keynotes that are going to be there at the event. We will have breakout sessions, which are like 1 hour long sessions. They are going to be recorded as well. There are going to be workshops. There are going to be builder sessions where you will have like real hands-on experience. So I always suggest people, do prioritize those. Apart from that, we are going to be also having code talks and chalk talks, which are going to be much more interactive, where you can do live coding, you can do live coding sessions, and you can get understanding from your peers as well. One thing to mention here, I'm going to be having one of the session here. I will be presenting a bit the session. It's a session around how you can build a financial assistant with Amazon Q and Bedrock agents. I'm super excited for it. It's one of the big things that we are planning as the generative AI trends is getting more and more popular, and we believe that this will help a lot of financial customers to manage complex and document-intensive workloads to perform financial analysis and reporting. And I believe Candace has a session too. Candace, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I do. I have a lightning talk that I'm doing. So this is actually in the expo floor. We'll talk about the expo in just a little bit. And I am talking about ID&E and LLMs. So how do we detect and mitigate bias in our large language models and Gen AI applications? It kind of combines two of my favorite things, right? Like I'm all about women in tech. Like how do we make us all a little bit more aware of the different types of people and make sure that all of our voices are heard as we develop technology. That's, responsible AI, all of those sorts of things. I really like that stuff. I'm also a former DevOps engineer. I love ML ops. And so this next step of LLM ops is exactly where I want to be able to play. So I'm really excited to talk about it. It is a pretty short session on the expo floor. Like I said, hopefully you can make it there. And if not, I'll probably be posting on LinkedIn about it, just little bits here and there about how we can be more responsible in our LLM and generative AI development.
That's awesome. I do know I have 2 sessions. They are closed door and not on the agenda. So if you do want to get an invite to talk about experience-based acceleration, you can shoot me a LinkedIn message and I'd be happy to see if I can get you on that invite list. And then we also have a modernization roundtable closed door session as well that is not on the list. But if you shoot me over a note from this stream and say, hey, I want to go, I can maybe work out and get you a little link to join us there. So when we're moving over to gamified learning.
Yeah, so I love gamification. I love learning new stuff. Anyone who I've ever worked on your account, you know that I love game days. I'm actually trying to develop one of our own game days internally, and I'm very, very excited about it. I hope that gets launched next year. But every year also at reInvent, we have an opportunity for people to sit down and do a game day. It's usually a new one. And we do all kinds of different things, whether it is about sustainability in the cloud or chaos engineering. That was one of our first ones. It's called chaotic commencement, and stuff will just break. Like your access control list just disappears or something happens and you have to go figure out, you get into the console and have to kind of figure out what is going wrong. You work on a team and compete against other teams, get points, and it's fun and learning at the same time. So that's kind of my jam, fun and learning, which is why I love reInvent in Vegas. You learn all day, party all night, and get up and do it again. Rinse and repeat, 4 days. It's awesome. We also have AWS jams available that you can participate in there. Our partners put on different solutions and workshops where you can do these sorts of things as well. So lots of different ways for you to get hands-on, which is really what I would recommend doing. Like Jigna was saying before, you can watch some of these, like the breakout sessions and keynotes later. We record those. But if you have an opportunity to sit down and actually get hands-on with code or attend a Chalk Talk, those more interactive sort of things, I highly recommend doing those. Check those out if you have some time in your schedule of events.
And do not forget your computer chargers. The amount of times that I have been in a game day at reInvent or a jam, computer chargers seem to be the one thing that we tend to forget. So if you're in an all-day session like that, please make sure you're packing that charger, and that's one of the first things on your list, besides your laptop.
Or you could get one of these little handy-dandy chargers. So Brittany one time showed me about these, and this can actually recharge your laptop as well. I don't know what brand it is, and I probably shouldn't promote it anyways, but you can find these sorts of things on your favorite online retailer, Amazon or something. And this can be used to charge your laptop rather than lugging around your whole entire charger.
All right. So you heard a few minutes back about the different kinds of session at reInvent, the breakout sessions, Chalk Talks, and all that fun stuff. So needless to say, you'll meet so many people stemming from all over the industry. So you'd want to use that time interacting with them to build your network, right? So I feel like networking is an underrated skill in our professional world. So you build and nurture those relationships with diverse individuals, and you potentially unlock new opportunities. You gain valuable insights, and then you enhance your professional profile as well. So when it comes to reInvent, it's such a grand event, like you've already figured out by now. It's crucial to have a well-crafted elevator pitch that communicates your personal brand, right? So what really is a personal brand? So it's kind of like a way for you to stand out in a crowded room of professionals. One way to establish your personal brand is using elevator pitch. So your elevator pitch really should be like a compelling, concise summary of who you are, what you do, and what makes you really unique. How this really helps is your personal brand can enhance your credibility and can help you build trust with like new connections. You might want to spend some time to think about how you want to develop your brand. So you can start by identifying your core strengths or your values or your professional goals. So consider what really makes you unique and how you want others to perceive you, especially when you're meeting them for the first time. In networking conversations, it's not about aggressively promoting yourself, but rather about naturally conveying who you are, what are you passionate about, and what value do you bring to your field. While also keeping in mind that depending on the person that you're meeting, you'd also want to kind of tailor your elevator pitch or your introduction accordingly, right? Some of the things that I have personally tried and that has worked for me is keeping it really brief. So aiming for like a 60-second introduction, which captures what I really do, what am I passionate about, and really focusing on communicating what is it that you want your potential connection to know about you. And then one of the other things that I have started to learn, and I think you ladies can also speak to it, is practicing active listening by showing genuine interest in others, asking them thoughtful questions, and then engaging in really meaningful conversations, while also making sure that you're authentic and you're letting your personality shine at the same time maintaining professionalism as you talk to people.
Yes, don't be afraid. A lot of us are introverts and we become extroverts at these events. So I'll put that one out there, especially when we need our batteries recharged. But remember, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. This is a long time to be in Vegas, one, but to be around 50 to 60,000 individuals, two, and three, with the long distances that you're spreading throughout the day. So networking is one of my key goals every time I go to reInvent, but I also have to remind myself to take that 23-minute nap, whatever the experts are telling us to do, before I go try to be my best me. So I know some of us are in that boat of introverted versus extrovert. So throw it in the comments. If you're an introvert, feel free to type it in there. I know we take time to process and recharge, but it's okay. It's definitely, we're all out there. We're there together. I mean, look, I'm talking live on a show and everybody always goes, really, you're an introvert? And I'm like, yes, I need downtime after this for sure.
Gotta recharge your social batteries.
Mm-hmm.
I like to say I'm an extroverted introvert. I can do it for a minute and then I need my time. I need my time back. So yeah, I get it.
I have those phases too. Like I can be extremely chatty to a point. I'm like, all right, I cannot talk anymore.
All right. So the expo is a great place to do some of this networking also. This is like it. I don't even know how huge it is. Does it say on here how huge it is? It is huge. Okay. That's where the lightning talks are. That's where you can find me doing my presentation. We have all kinds of partners and everyone there. And this is where you go to get free stuff. Make sure that you leave room in your suitcase for the extra free stuff that you're going to bring home. Socks out the wazoo, t-shirts, maybe some hoodies, but definitely on the sock side, little pins for your lanyards and stuff like that. There's also like a welcome happy hour. It will tell you when that is in the app when you download it, because I don't know off the top of my head. There's snacks and coffee throughout the day. And you can also find the Builders Fair here. I love the Builders Fair. I've done it. I've participated a few times. It's AWS employees who build something and then get to go to reInvent and kind of show it off. So it's almost like, I think we like to call it a science fair, but without the volcanoes. And you can just walk around and see the sort of side projects that we as AWS employees kind of work on, ask questions and learn more about how we've implemented those and what services we picked and all those sorts of things. Last year, we walked around and interviewed a lot of the women builders at Builders Fair and pieced together those interviews and published that on YouTube. And we're going to do something similar for that again this year as well. So.
And make sure you're paying attention during those talks, because there may be trivia questions where you can win. I know last year a colleague of mine won custom shoes that they were able to order after the event, which was probably one of the top things that I've seen out there.
Like sneakers?
I got a drone last year.
You got a drone last year?
Pretty
I got an
They
iPad
had
a couple
those-
years ago.
So they had those like lottery ticket kind of a thing. So
Yep.
you submit your entry, and then if you get a chance, you might get lucky. So I was lucky, and I got a big drone there, and it's really good.
That's how I got my iPad a
Pretty
couple
cool.
years ago. Same way. It was one of the ones where I watched a talk and I was sitting there and they gave us our ticket and then the ticket was pulled and I just looked at it. I'm like, okay, this is how we're doing this today.
Bonus.
Yep.
All right, so talking about training and certification, would love to see in the chat who has done a certification or plans to complete a certification by end of year. I know I have my AI practitioner on deck, as I say, as I'm finishing up studying for that, but there are going to be certain booths for training and certification, as well as the fact that when you register for in-person reInvent, you automatically get a 50% off your next certification that you schedule. So make sure that you utilize that and you do not forget about it. There are boot camps that you can go to. I believe you have to reserve your seat and they do fill up. So make sure that you reserve it. And if there is a wait list, sign up, because it's bound to happen where someone can't go. So then you can register and get into that spot. They are awesome preps. So if you've done like the Amazon Power Hours or Simulearn, which I know I'm part of live streaming right now, these are different events that are actually going to be live streaming from reInvent as well. And these individuals are also helping with these boot camps and different things. So you are meeting with the experts or our fellow golden jacket wearers that have completed all of the certifications that can help you get to your next certification. There also, in years past, have been some additional things other than getting 50% off of your certification. There may be some Amazon credits that are given out and different things of that nature at these booths as well. So make sure you're paying attention. They are located in the expo, as well as the boot camps are located throughout the experience itself. Have any of you been able to participate in any of the Amazon technology type training and certification on air stuff before?
No, I haven't. I would love
I have
to.
not. Yeah, it's on my list.
Might have to get there. So I know we can do shout outs to Aaron Hunter and Trevor Spiral, who have done a lot of these and will be live at reInvent. So maybe you'll see one of us pop up in the background of one of their streams, even just to throw them off for a bit. Would be fun.
So if you're a sports fanatic, reInvent has something for you as well. So at reInvent, we have this unique opportunity where we intersect cloud computing and sports innovation. So whether you're a tech enthusiast, a sports fan, or an industry professional, the sports forum will give you an unforgettable experience that will change how you view your game. So you could kick off your reInvent experience with the sports forum at Caesar Forum, which is on Sunday, December 1, and it is there up until December 5 on Thursday. Do look at the timings. It's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So we definitely have some groundbreaking partnerships with elite sports organizations like NFL, NHL, PGA Tour, F1. Like Brittany was mentioning before, we have our F1 races at Vegas a week before reInvent. So that would be a cool place to kind of see how F1 is using AWS for innovation. You could also have this immersive cutting edge activation that demonstrates how AWS is revolutionizing the world of sports. And also we have a Sunday tailgate special where you could see the live NFL game broadcasts. Plus you get delicious snacks. Nobody complains about that. And then you also have refreshing beverages to go with it. So hopefully we'll see you at Caesar's Forum where sports meets the future.
It's like having a Sunday ticket, but you just have to show up.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's true.
It was really cool last year to go see it. I did get there early enough Sunday that I got to participate and watch a lot of the games, which was a lot of fun. You see a lot of different sports team shirts out there and jerseys, which is the first time I've seen that many different varieties at that little event.
And then kind of closing out. So the replay party, one of my favorite parts. Like I love all this stuff, but the replay party is the end. So we've kind of walked you through, what do you pack and what do you download for your app? Where do you pick up your badge? And then the replay party is like the big celebration at the end. Like you learned for 4 days straight. And now it's time to go and like dance a little bit. So there will be shuttles from all of the hotels, and they're going to take you over to the festival fairgrounds or the festival grounds. And we have a couple of tents set up, and we always have like silly things going on too. Like there's been dodgeball tournaments. One year there was a giant grown-up ball pit. This was pre-COVID. I think that's kind of gross now. But there's always something silly and fun going on, and 2 stages. So last year it was Portugal the Man and Major Lazer. Those are the big headliners. And then there's also people who play up to that point too. So I don't know if we have the actual time on here. It starts at 7:30 and it goes late. I don't even know how late it is. But my pro tip for this year, if you haven't already booked your flight home, don't book it early on Friday because you're going to stay up late at the replay party. There's drinks, free shirts, silly stuff, lots of music. I think it's so much fun. I'm going to try to get Brittany to go, but the introvert in her probably will just say no. But it's so much fun. It's one of my favorite parts, and I hope that you go too.
If you go and you do have an early flight like I have in the past years, you switch to drinking soda water with lime. Nobody bothers you because you're getting hydrated and nobody thinks that you're drinking something abnormal. They think you're like participating, dance and have fun. And then you Irish goodbye. That's the introvert in me loves to do. Taking one of the shuttles back and go to bed at maybe 11, 12 o'clock, sleep for 4 to 5 hours, and then heading to Vegas airport. It's fine. This is the part where it's the marathon, it's not the sprint. So if you can make it to replay, it's worthwhile. If it is your first year at reInvent, please try to make it to replay. It is a nice way to cap out the week of experiences that you've had. It's also another opportunity for networking. All right, I'll hand it over to Jigna. Bring us home.
Awesome. Okay, so I guess that I'm pretty sure that was like a lot of information that you might have found helpful. If we have not said enough, let me just repeat it once again. We are going to be there at reInvent, so do connect with us. Feel free to shoot out a LinkedIn message or something, and we would love to meet you. So apart from that, we are going to be also doing some of the cool things there. Like Candice mentioned, we are going to be showcasing some of the cool projects that are developed at the Builders Fairs. And we are also going to be interviewing some of the amazing women leaders, customers, and our Amazon employees who have been so successful in their fields. And we would like to showcase their successes, their career journey, and stuff like that. So we are going to be posting those updates in our channel and our website. So do check that out. And with that said, I really appreciate all of you joining this episode of ours. I hope this content was helpful for you. Please like, share, and subscribe into our YouTube channel. And we'll meet you next time. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank
See you
you.
next